Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the December 16, 2008 Board of Selectmen Sewer Commissioners meeting. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We have 4 selectmen. Mrs. Donahue will be late. We have the interim town administrator. We also have town council with us this evening.
Okay. The first thing on our agenda, as always, citizens' participation. Is there anyone that would like to address the board tonight? Okay, I see 2 people. The gentleman in the back first.
My name is Craig Banbury, and I live on Turnberry Highway, and I'm again concerned about the street lights in this town that aren't being taken care of. And I have talked with quite a few people who say that, you know, it's either the city or a contractor or somebody else that's not taking care of their lights, and I would like to know why. And another thing is that I'm also starting a disaster team and would like some input from the board as to what you would like as a disaster team for this town.
Okay. I guess we hadn't thought about disaster team before.
Did we appoint you? Did we appoint him to?
No, sir. I am not. I work for a thing called the organization called the Baptist Men. We do 90% of the feeding for the Red Cross. We do storm damage assessment. We do tree trimming. It's all a religious organization that does all this, and we just want people to know that we're in town and getting ready to open we hope to open a command center in Carver.
Okay. I know we have staff that does...
The health department, and I've already talked to them.
And EMS and police and fire, and I believe they meet together every so often.
Well, I've tried to go to their meetings, and the lieutenant in the police department who's supposed to be in charge of it, you know, he's never got back to me about it. So. Okay.
Well, I know that, I mean, I guess Mr. Sanjanet would know better, but I know that there are staff that do meet every so often for emergency management.
And this is for the whole area. It's not just for the town of Wareham. It's for all of South.
Well, they just meet for the town. But
I know, but I mean, the organization I work for is for the whole southeast, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Massachusetts.
Okay.
Chairman Plata, I know that Mr. Ethia is not available and probably won't be available for another month or so. But Mr. Ethia does handle the emergency procedures and things like that, and he does it through like the New Bedford area, you know. So it's
we've already talked to everybody in that part of the world.
Okay, because I would say that would be where I would think that he'd probably want to start.
Yeah, because they probably have some type of system that they're already working with, and if you're like in addition to their system, I don't see why
we assist the Red Cross and the Salvation Army. We're like the technicians behind the scenes. We do, like I said, we do most of the cooking, and we just want people to know we're out there, and you know, want to find out what the town needs as any support we can give them.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. See Mr. Brophy.
Good evening. My name is William Brophy, and excuse me, I have a cold here. I was at one of your meetings back on October the 7th, and at which time I brought the presence of the fact of the ongoing problem down to the Onset Beach Mobile Park, the flooding that continues to go about. At that meeting, the selectmen here found it in favor to have a meeting with Mr. Sanquinette, I believe Mr. Gifford, the the fire chief, board of health agent, Mr. Raleigh, and the owners of the Onset Beach Mobile Park to find out exactly what was going to take place and how they're going to resolve the problem. This meeting was set up, and it was taking place on October the 22nd. At that meeting, we met and we discussed the situation, the involvement with the town, the responsibilities of the town or the owner of the park, what was to be done, who was to do it, and a time frame to come back with some sort of a plan. Well, the meeting transpired. It was after the discussion took place, a lengthy discussion, I might say, is that the owner of the park, I believe, was Mr. and Mrs. McIntyre, and their engineer was Mr. Rowley. He was going to present a plan that would be approved by the owners of the park to go ahead and go forward to get this problem resolved. Well, it's been 7 weeks since that meeting on the 22nd. 30 days have expired, and we haven't heard from anybody from the town or from the owners of the park. My attorney, Mr. Murray, on several occasions has called the town administrator by phone and also in a correspondence with a letter. And as of today, he made a phone call, and I don't believe he had any returns as far as what was taking place. And basically, I'm here again to find out what's going on, because we cannot find out from the town administrator or anybody else what's going on and what's the presence of the situation as we speak.
Okay.
We did make issue about the Board of Health, as the licensing agency for the town for the mobile parks. And also, Mr. Cornett and I believe Mr. Gifford expanded on the fact that they had put up a couple of berms up on Warburton Street to keep the water from getting into the park. And also they diverted the water up, I believe, on Hotel Street to eliminate the water coming into the park. And what that would do was conclude any responsibility that the town may have. I don't find that to be the case. Where, again, the Board of Health has the licensing authority to mandate and put restrictions on these park owners in the presence of any health issues that could come upon, or flooding, or any safety issues. And we cannot seem to get an answer from anybody as to what took place and what's taking place with the engineering and the design of a new means of discharging the water out of the park. It's flooded on 2 occasions. I have pictures of it again. I think I at one time showed you folks some pictures. I believe it was on November 25th. They had a deluge of water in there, and it was just trickling out. So again, I don't mean to come here and take up your time. I know your time is valuable, but I have a presence of residents down there I can't use. Just can't go there. I can't enjoy it. You can enjoy your home, I can't. And I'd like to find some direction, or if Mr. Sanquona had some information that he can provide to my attorney through the presence of a letter or memo or just a return phone call. I think out of professional courtesy, that would be the thing to do.
Okay.
I have spoken to Mr. Brophy's attorney. I did this afternoon. The issue with the Rowleys and the owners of the park is Mr. Rowley is their consultant, and he needs to talk to the owners of the park about what's happening in that aspect of it. I believe it's still under review by Mr. Rowley as to what he's designed, and that's all the information I really have at this time to provide to Mr. Brophy. The issue with the easement, the town is looking into that with town council.
Right. And I guess beyond that, I don't know if there's a situation where no action is taken on the engineering aspect of it, if then the Board of Health has to become involved in it. But I guess that's where it would stand at this point. So
yeah, well,
yes.
the town engineer is supposed to be taking a look at it as well. Everybody in this situation knows it's a bowl. The water in it has to be taken out of there. And where does the water go? It goes into the town system. So once the final plans are arranged by Mr. Rowley for the owner of the park to see what they want to do with the water in the park, the town engineer will be able to take a look at where it's running to. Unless they decide to pump it out into the bay themselves. Who knows? That's a long process on itself. But I was invited to that. I asked to go to that meeting, and they made that meeting in the morning, and I couldn't make it that particular day. Since then, I talked to Mr. Rowley. Mr. Rowley said he was working on a plan. I called the owner